Well, hello and welcome to the Cigar Professor. Tonight might be a bit of a rough night. I'm getting connectivity issues here, so I'm hoping that we are now streaming to the world and that my computer is not lying to me. So if you're watching, give me a shout out because I'm not 100% sure that everything's working. I was on the road all day today down to Melbourne and back, and then I ducked past home and grabbed my cigar and forgot to get my microphone. And I don't know, I picked up some hobo by the side of the road who's just kind of been hanging around with me ever since then. However, we do have a good show in store because the great news today is that we don't have a Professor Damo. So the level of pretentiousness that we're likely to be suffering from this particular episode is going to be much lower than normal because we don't have that blasted fedora keeping us company. So that is the good news. So let me know in the comments, is the connection working okay? Can you see me all right? Can you hear me all right? If we're lucky, we won't have a Professor Omar tonight either. I mean, this could be a really, really, really good show.
And I told you we didn't meet him.
No, that's right. That's right. You know, it just so happens I forgot to send him the link. Oh, no, he doesn't have a link. What a shame. No Professor Omar tonight either. All right. However, we do have a great cigar, and this is courtesy of Professor Damo. So I better not hang too much crap on him because he does look after us. He gets us these sorts of amazing cigars. So Davidoff, as a brand, needs no introduction. We all know Davidoff. They've got a pretty unique sort of signature flavor, but this is a departure from their normal signature flavor. This is their Winston Churchill line, which they do a wonderful job of, but specifically, this is the Late Hour. And this thing here is a very petite-sized little flavor bomb. Absolutely beautiful cigar. I hope you've paired it with a good quality drink tonight because it's worth it. I actually went out and bought.
Well, Omar will have some fizzy bin.
It'll be fizzy bin juice. Look, can we not talk about Omar for now? He's not here. Can we just enjoy the peace and quiet and not fill our heads with the existential dread of the impending arrival of Omar? Fred Nurk, thank you for the confirmation that the feed is going okay. I do appreciate that. I was going to get a bottle of Balvenie 17, but Balvenie Doublewood 12 was the best that I could do from the local bottle shop at short notice. Mr. Stu, how are you? Good to see you as always. We've got a couple of other people are beginning to show up. I'm Topher Field, for those that don't know, and this is the And Friend, as you can see in the corner of the screen there. I put friend in like quote marks because, you know, let's be honest, it's Daniel. But anyway, I say it to you.
Well, we've got to pretend to like each other.
We have to pretend. For the sake of the show, we have to pretend. So this here, I hope you got a good quality drink. I do highly recommend some black tea. And if you happen to have a friend like Daniel, I do recommend some really dark chocolate. Daniel was my chocolate dealer tonight, so much appreciated, Daniel. I do have some bad news, though, and I'm sorry to start the show on a downward note, but I thought we might have been flying solo or almost solo and friend. And unfortunately, Omar has showed up. But it's not all bad news because there is only the brim of his hat at the moment. It really doesn't seem like, oh no, there he is, down the bottom. There he is, all the way down there. Surprisingly,
I got some technical difficulties.
Or have I got my sound on?
Can you hear me?
All right. Can someone let me know in the comments whether you can hear Omar? Because I can't hear Omar. And I'm wondering whether the error is at my end or at Omar's end. I'm going to check my audio settings. That's why. It's my end. It's me. I'm the goose.
Toph.
Try now.
I've got some technical difficulties. I can't find a cigar.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I think I might have smoked it.
Are you serious? All right. Well, today's an absolute comedy of errors, guys. Listen, just grab a different cigar. No one's going to notice. Your flavor, your tasting notes will be different to mine. No one will know.
Can you show me the actual wrapper? Is it the dark or the white wrapper, Churchill?
Dark wrapper Churchill.
All right. Give me 30 seconds. Now let me go jump on the computer.
I'll tell you what, Damo goes away for one show and we fall to absolute pieces. We cannot get our act together. I forgot. Omar smoked his cigar. We are in absolute shambles. But yes, thank you for confirming that you can hear. I do apologize about my volume. I did not grab my microphone when I swung past my house. And Mr. Stu loves you, Omar. He's just called you a knob.
Thank you, sir. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm going to look for it and I'll be back.
All right, do what you got to do. All right, well, it's going to be just the two of us for a minute. How good does this smell? This was a good idea. That was a great idea, but there's a richness to this that I really love. And what you want in a small cigar, you grab a small cigar for one of two reasons: because you're broke, or because you don't have much time. And in either of those two contexts, you want something that's going to deliver you an interesting smoke. You want something that's not just going to be, just sort of a nothing kind of a cigar. Do you reckon Omar's ready to come back on, or is he frozen? I reckon that's frozen. I'm gonna wait till I see it move, and then we'll. So this thing here promises amazing flavors. We should get rich in a little bit of coffee, a little bit of cacao,
you can smell
but also some dried fruits.
Yeah, definitely smell the coffee notes in that.
Yeah. So we'll see how we go. Where is my? There we go. Cigar Professor lighter, everybody. If you don't have one, let us know when you do your next order, and we will make sure that we equip you. Yep. I actually had to go and get some gas for it.
I had gas, but you did not.
I needed it at home anyway.
I didn't buy it. Damo left it last time I was here.
Oh, charming. It's nice to have friends in high places, isn't it? All right.
Definitely.
Give it a good toast. Here we go. Yeah, that's a beautiful light up, really smooth, but already there's a bit of that sweetness, a little bit of that dried fruit is already sitting there. There's also a little bit of snipped tobacco on the tongue. Now listen, are we going to have a problem, Daniel? Are we going to have a problem?
How is it a problem?
Listen, this is why I kept on telling you the wrong dates, and you kept on showing up to my house to do the Cigar Professor. I was like, why are you here? It's the wrong day. Well, this is the day you told me. Oh, what a shame. Right? It's for exactly this reason.
I just thought I'd cut you got one of your first.
I did, but
I just thought I would.
The thing is, I can't do smoke rings on demand like you can, and it just makes me feel really insecure. Just let me sit here and just pretend like I'm the man for a minute, would you? That's what friends are for, huh? Really? That's what friends are for. Guys, help me out here. Can anyone else?
Where's Aaron? Isn't he on the? Does he come on anymore?
No, not really. We haven't seen him for a little while. But I don't know, push over his stool or something and just get rid of him? Like, what do I do here? Normally, this is why it's me, Omar, and Damo, because Omar and Damo are so useless that they make me look good. I can't compete with that. I'll tell you what, though, that is actually smoother than I was expecting. Plenty of flavor, a little bit of body, but actually milder and smoother than what I was anticipating.
Yeah, you'd rather that dried fruit. It's like a raisin note.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I'm definitely getting coffee. Like when you eat the coffee bean.
Well, this is actually so smooth. I'm almost going to say it's like a hot cross bun with a lot of raisins in it. I'm actually getting some of the bakery, some of that fresh bread. There you go. That was a good one. I hit the keyboard. There you go. Can you do that? Can you hit my computer? The challenge is on now, everybody. We have a ring war going on. Oh, he's going to do it too. Oh, I didn't quite have the legs. Not bad, though. Hit me in the head. That's what you did. So this is really, really nice. It's pairing very well with the Balvenie 12, the double wood. I hoped it would, and it is. But that's lovely. And there's that little bit of, beyond just the raisin, there is that little bit of, you know how they do like the candied orange or dried orange rind and things like that in some baked goods? There's just that little bit of hint of that dried, the tartness of a really intense kind of orange rind. The coffee. So my wife has recently gotten into watching, speaking of Winston Churchill, she's recently gotten into watching The Crown, the TV show The Crown, and she's addicted, of course. And she watched a bunch of episodes without me, which means I now have to come in part way, and I have to pretend like I know and care what's going on. Like, oh yeah, that character. I got no idea what's going on now. But I do have Winston Churchill. I haven't seen him smoking a cigar yet. I've seen him clutching a cigar on a few occasions. I haven't seen him smoking one yet. I hope they haven't written that out of the show.
No, that wouldn't be right. You think Winston Churchill, you think cigars.
Well, he's had them in his fingers in the show, but I haven't seen him actually smoking one. I'm going to be rather miffed if they've written that out of history. But anyway, we will see. Looks like Omar's done a runner on us. He's probably trying to head down to the local cigarette shop to see if they've got one of these lying around in there. Rummage around in the bins out the back somewhere.
You'll get one of the little white owl vanilla tipped.
What he's going to do is he's going to go and dig up the wrapper out of his bin and just stick it onto some other random stick. Then he's going to come back. Oh, guys, it's all right. I found it. So, guys, question for you. So Carly, my podcasting partner, and I, we are organising, tentatively booked for the 7th of January, our first birthday. We're working on our venue. We think we found our venue. We're having a meeting with them early next week to confirm that it's all good. We can fit 200 people, and we reckon we'll fill it up. Oh, here we go. That's nice. So Mr. Stew says, I'm drinking a Morris single malt aged in musket barrels. That would pair quite well with this. That musket barrel aging would pair really, really nicely with this. So that should be a good drop, Mr. Stew.
I'm not a wine drinker at all, but I like whiskies that are aged in the wine barrels.
Yeah. Just stay away from sherry. I don't, for whatever reason, anything aged in a sherry barrel is a hard pass for me. I'm not sure why.
Sherry is always like really super sweet.
Yeah, it's sickly. It's sickly sweet. Yeah, more so even than 24.
Because you age a whiskey and something like that, it's gonna get too
much of the sugar. Too much of the sugar.
Yeah.
So put it in your diaries. 7th of January is the Oddcast's first birthday. And the venue, assuming we go ahead with this venue, it has a nice big balcony and we can smoke out there. And so I'm thinking, 2-for-1 deal. Why don't I bring along some cigars and someone's going to hang out after the Oddcast is finished? Just say. It'll be down in Melbourne.
Sounds like a good idea.
200 people, all having fun with an Oddcast. So I was down in Melbourne today. We recorded an episode, me and Carly, and we had an actual laughing fit. We actually got to the point we could not carry on for, I don't know, it was about a minute and a half. We could not compose ourselves. We could not get our shit together.
He came back, Arthur.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to ignore the bad news. Why did you draw my attention to it? I was in denial.
That's in Egypt, isn't it?
Omar, great to see you. What a wonderful relief to have you back.
He just went and raided Damo's stash.
Yeah.
Holy.
Which one?
What in the world? Neither.
Ah, fuck.
That one.
Yeah, that one. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna go very similar, Vitola.
All right. So you're going with a shorter, a similar length, a fatter. Is that the that's the Winston Churchill? That's not the Late Hour.
It's not the Late Hour, no.
Yeah, the Bellicosos.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, these ones.
That's it. That's the one. That's
Made by hand in the Dominican Republic. Ah, that's a shame.
Yes,
it's an empty box.
If it wasn't, it would be in there.
Yeah, true.
It was full when I got it.
So Mr. Stew's asking when that date was again. We're looking at Wednesday, the 7th of January. I think the Wednesday is the 7th of January. It'll be down in Melbourne. So, hello. Tony Yak is in the house. He says, I'm drinking the Spirit Thief you had on the last show. That was a good drop. I did finish that off. Not that night, but I did over the following week or so. Sip that away. Very nice. Purchased from Whiskey Mofo, a.k.a. Vino Mofo.
I actually met those guys. They came to Albury a few years back.
Yeah, nice. So my wife, let me tell you a story about Vino Mofo. So my wife and I, when we got married, we were planning on a wedding and obviously trying to save money, as everyone is. And I was a member of Vino Mofo. And they were doing the cases that they do with sort of it's end of run stuff where they're helping places clear it out. And they were doing a deal where if I got someone new to sign up, then they would get a $25 credit. And I would get a $25 credit for having them sign up when they bought their first case. So my wife and I, we love a good scam, and we ran the maths. And so we got every member of our bridal party to sign up to Vino Mofo. And when they released things that we wanted, they each went in and bought one case each. So they got the 20. So these were entire cases down to about $75, down from, 150 or whatever it would have been retail, probably more. Then we got $25 off because they got the $25 discount, and then we got a $25 credit, which we then used to buy up the last of the stock that we needed. We ended up, we could have drunk like sailors. We didn't. We were still drinking that wine for nearly 2 years after we got married. We had that much left over in the house. We were drinking the same wine for about 2 years, and we got stupendous amounts of wine for very little money. Thank you, Vino Mofo.
I went to a business conference thing at the Riverdeck Cafe. There were a bunch of different business owners coming in and entrepreneurs and that coming in and actually doing talks and stuff. And they were one of them. And they were the first, that was the headline. They were talking about how they started their business, how they got it all going.
Yeah, nice.
Back in 2016.
Yeah.
So,
I know a guy that worked for them for a while, Dave, and he seemed to really enjoy it. They seemed to be really good people to work for, and he just enjoyed being on the phones all day selling alcohol. So, it seems like
not a bad job.
Not a bad job if you can get it.
Better than what I used to do at Vineyards. Plenty out empty wine vats.
Yeah. All right. So flavor check, guys. I've just lost my ash, so I'm losing everything. I'm losing the ring challenge. I'm losing the ash challenge. The only person who's losing harder than me right now is Omar, who doesn't even have the right cigar. So thank you, Omar. Thank you, Omar, for failing that hard that you're still making me look good on a bad day.
Daniel is throwing out some rings.
Listen, we're not. I didn't even do that. That was perfect. That was perfect comedic timing. I didn't even do a thing. What happened? He's gone.
He used the force.
The internet knows. The internet knows. As soon as somebody starts to compliment somebody else's rings and not mine, you're gone. Off the show. Here he comes.
What happened?
What did you do, bro? What did you do?
I don't know. No idea.
I did not touch. I promise you, I did not touch a thing. That was not me. That was the internet gods saying, "Hey, don't you talk smack about my smoke rings? There are rules. There are rules to be followed." That was funny.
What's the taste profile on Late Hour?
Actually, a little bit lighter than I was expecting. There is plenty of flavor. We were in the early light up. It was for me. It was like a really chewy, fruity hot cross bun. So it had a bit of the bakery. It had definitely the raisins. We were agreed on the raisins. Yeah. A little bit of coffee as well. I was getting, how in some hot cross buns they'll have like the little cubed bits of orange rind, dried or
shaved orange rind.
Yeah. I was getting a little bit of that, and Daniel was like, hard pass, definitely not. But I had a sense of that at one point. That's gone. We're now into what would you call this now?
It's still got the toasty notes, like that sort of your raisin toast.
Raisins. I would say it's more the toast than the raisin.
Yeah,
though.
I was going to say the raisins come down, and it's more that sort of
The sweetness has eased.
Toasty toast.
Yeah, the sweetness has eased.
There's almost a bit of nutmeg in there. Just a hint.
Okay. Mr. Stu, you're a good guy, Stu. You're a good human.
Mr. Stu sucking up to Omar as usual.
Yeah, he's the man of honor and wisdom.
Can you hold up the chocolate that you kindly brought for us, Daniel, and show everyone what that is? So this is the 78% cocoa
from Lint.
Yeah, not as good as Damo's chocolate, dude.
Nothing can possibly be as good as Damo's. That's impossible.
Unfortunately, I don't have him on speed dial. He's in the States sending me photos of him with Nick Perdomo and
Now, can I say, what a legend! He got his interview with Nick Perdomo
and sent me photos.
So I can't wait. I can't wait for him to come back and show us some of that. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I want to know what Nick has to say about Lonsdale and Lancero. Whether we're going to see any Perdomo Lanceros anytime soon.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting question to ask him.
And what's his favorite cigar that he's ever made and why? You know, like these people live and breathe it every single day. Just to get an insight into what he cares about, what sort of drives him, would be really cool.
Yeah, indeed.
So what's going on with you, Omar? You seem a bit quiet.
Nah, it's been some long days in the past couple of weeks. Working on a vlog at the minute as well, so I think that's taking a lot of time.
It takes a lot more time than people realize.
Oh man, it's just it's a lot of time. What I find really interesting is that to finding a good editor.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
we'll
I was doing my own for a long time up until when was it? July this year. I put on for the first time I had someone other than me doing my edits, but they're incredibly time consuming. It takes longer to edit than it takes to research and write and record a video.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part and you can't just upwork it because you can't trust their English and linguistics and all of that. They have no idea.
Yeah, these foreigners, people with dark skin and all that. We don't want them. We don't want them in this country doing that sort of work. I tell you. No, but you're not wrong. And even though I have my own editor now, and it does save me time, I have to write the instructions for the edit, which it is faster than doing the edit, but it still takes time. And it's each video that I do is between 4 and 5 hours of my time goes into each video that I do, even though I've got an editor helping me. Wow. So it's time intensive stuff.
Yep.
Right.
I just got a real citrus note pick as an ash drop.
Okay. Well, I wonder if you got a taste of what I had earlier. I'm removing the band. The band has come off nice and easy. The glue is beautiful. Yeah, I've unpicked the glue, but it just came straight apart. No over gluing. All right. So what we've got is we have one person coming to the Oddcast for the first birthday, which will be followed by a first birthday herf.
I'm just going to jump in
for the Oddcast. What do you know an up and coming one of? I know an up and coming one. I don't know what that means.
So have we decided about the next stick? Next stick, but the Christmas / New Year date. We were contemplating different dates. So where are we at with that?
Yeah. Look, that's not something I can decide without Damo to chime in, because of course that is a time of year when he does get a little bit of work, we want him to be able to do whatever work he does get. But let me just pull up the calendar here. So the last Wednesday of December is
the 31st.
Is the 31st. See, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm okay. Too. Yeah,
that's fine for me.
So let us know in the comments, guys, if anyone has I think actually, now that I think about it, Mr. Stu's talking about his birthday that's coming up. I think he's trying to jump in on the birthday goodness. I reckon the 31st will work. If it does, if you're viewing right now and the 31st for a Cigar Professor definitely does not work for you, let me know. Let us know in the comments right now.
Do in Sydney, was it?
No, we weren't getting together for that, were we? That was just a normal online show.
That's right. We were thinking in February, March, I think, but
for in person.
Yeah.
Yes, editor. Right, not birthday, editor. Yes, Mr. Stu is an editor in training. So I don't know if you can pay $1,000 an hour, and he can take 100 hours just to edit one little teeny tiny video. I'm kidding, Mr. Stu. Then he'd be perfect for you. No, Stu's got a really good creative streak, but new on the tools.
Has he got tools? Is the question.
He's got the laptop for it. Boy, does he have the laptop for it. And he's got the software. Tony wants to know, what work are you doing? What's it about?
My work is I own a health food store, but in the podcast, it would be. So, Tony, this is a bit of left field, but on a podcast, it would be primarily health, holistic health. I have experience in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, and a little bit of work in homeopathy as well. So it's kind of, for me, it's like 35 years of my life almost. Definitely 30 plus minus. So I'm going to, put it onto voice and paper kind of thing. Yeah, I'm calling it Skim the Fat.
Okay.
Skim the Fat, yeah. So we'll see.
See, I can do some decent rings. Come on, that's not bad. That was a lovely.
Interesting when you were describing the notes. Very, very. I think it's a Davidoff thing on a smaller Vitolas. Except I think that this is a bit more like biscotti / bakery, but not that deeper.
Yeah. And that is the Churchill profile. The Churchill, not the late hour, but the Churchill is the Winston Churchill. That is to say.
Winston Churchill
is more similar, I would say, to what you expect from a what's the brand? What are we smoking? Davidoff, thank you. It is closer to the sort of that classic Davidoff flavor, whereas the late hour is quite a departure from it.
That's right. I thought the cigar that you guys are smoking would probably be a little bit more on a woody / leathery type of profile originally.
I think it's more in that cocoa coffee end with, and on light up it had that dried fruit, but that's completely gone for me now.
Gone now. Yeah. I'm getting more of that. So we've got some dark coffee beans that we've got the killer coffee, and we get the darkest roast. And I was eating a couple of them the other day they're actually not bad.
Yeah, just to eat.
Yeah. And I would say it's very similar flavor profile to this.
Yeah. So Tony wants to know, Omar, how he can become your number one fan.
I'm about to do some pages, launch some pages. There's an Instagram page. If you look it up, it's there, but nothing else. That's my old Instagram page. I used to run it with a naturopath, but it will be soon. Rest of the pages, but Instagram. I gotta tell you. This is what the Instagram page looks like. If you guys can see it, Skim the Fat.
Kind of. Skim the Fat. All right. Skim the Fat on Instagram. Give him a follow. Tony, you can become his number one fan. The unspoken part is it's the one and only. Yeah, it's the number one and only fan. But you can be the number one fan.
Only fans.
Only fan. Have you thought about Trim the Fat only fans? That'd work.
Yeah.
It's like advice for OnlyFans, but people who need to trim the fat.
It's the same thing, right?
In both cases, you're just selling flesh.
That's it.
Stu says, I agree, Omar. If only the Petit Coronas were the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny one because as you change the Vitola, this is something we haven't talked about in a little while, but because most cigars are made up of 5 different tobaccos, and some are made of 6, but most are made of 5. There's one in the wrapper. There's a different type of tobacco in the binder, and then there's 3 different tobaccos in the filler, typically. And what that means, as you change the diameter of a stick, the ratio of binder and filler around the perimeter changes compared to the volume, or to the area, I should say, of the filler that's contained within. And so unless they adjust the blend, the flavor profile of the exact same tobaccos will change depending on the diameter, depending on the ring gauge of the cigar.
Yeah.
And so actually keeping a flavor profile consistent across all the different Vitolas is actually a lot more challenging than what you would assume.
That's right. I think it's hard to pick cigars, but I can easily pick a Perdomo just with the aroma and and a bunch of other things. It's like sometime with construction as well. You can pick a Prof Damo. I can pick a Davidoff as well.
Yeah. David,
I mean,
the base Davidoff line. Yeah. Each of those cigars, I mean, for me, it's an Oliva. You give me an Oliva V, and I'm going to pick that. I'm going to know what that is because I know it so well and I love it so much. But each of these brands, they do have their own kind of distinct signature. But I feel like the Davidoff signature is particularly striking. It's particularly noticeable in the Davidoff, in the base Davidoff range compared to a lot of the others.
Yeah. And Padrones, that chocolatey, cacao-y thing, it's easy to pick.
They are very easy to love as well. Padrones, very easy to smoke. You know the worst thing, the mistake that I've made today, when I have somebody in the same room as me that is blowing really nice cigar rings, I can't click a button and make them disappear from the screen without also making myself disappear from the screen. So I've made a rookie mistake, and next time we're scraping the bottom of the barrel and then there's still nothing there, so we punch a hole through the bottom of the barrel and we start digging into the dirt under the barrel and we find Daniel to bring on the show. I'm going to make him be at his house and me at mine so I can click a button and make that bastard and his rings disappear.
Half of the time, I don't even think about doing it.
There you go. See, I can do them too.
How'd you do it?
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know how I do them.
Toph, mate of ours, owns a cafe. I think I mentioned it to you before. In sort of middle point of Sydney, in Homebush near Olympic Park. It's called Saba.
I think you mentioned
the reason.
Yes.
So he just built a very luxurious private room in it, and I often go there to smoke cigars.
Hello.
It's marble. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And
thanks for the invitation. I'll be right there.
If you ever in Sydney and want to have cigar there, I can book it anytime. And
nice.
It can fit about 15 to 20 people. Sorry?
That was my next question. What's the capacity? That was my next question. What's the capacity? And 15 to 20, that's a good number.
It's a good number. And the only downside, food is amazing. Drinks are amazing. The only thing is it's no alcohol in there.
Yeah.
But
but there are good drinks out there that you can enjoy. Yeah.
Get some non-alcoholic whiskey.
Non-alcoholic whiskey is pointless whiskey.
I know. But
that's
like alcohol.
No, but
have really good.
Like the very first cigar that Damo and I had together is when I introduced him to having black tea with cigars.
Yeah.
And just a really good quality. Actually, no, in my case, not even a good quality. A cheap ass 1.5 cents per tea bag black tea from Coles with a cigar is actually one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite pairings, flavor wise.
Yeah. But his food is really good. He doesn't use any seed oil. This mostly cooks in beef fat and ghee. So
nice.
Everything is like really good.
Yeah. No, that'll be good. I mean, we need to support people that are doing good work. So I don't get to Sydney often. It's just the decontamination ritual that I have to go through afterwards to get the Sydney off me after I've been there. It's a big commitment. So I try not to go any more often than what I have to. But if there's something like that waiting for me, I could be tempted.
Yeah. Let me know if you're ever around.
See, I feel like there's like an OnlyFans rings on screen mashup here. This could work. This could work.
I've never seen Omar blow a ring, so.
No, I don't, Daniel. Unfortunately. I've done half of
OnlyFans. Yeah.
A smoke ring, that is. I mean, I haven't seen him blow the other one, but I'm
yeah,
sure he does.
What happens in Sydney stays in Sydney. All right, we don't talk about that.
I'm happy for you guys to blow rings for me.
We'll blow as many rings as you desire.
Mm.
Make of that what you will. All right. So this has changed again. I'm now down. I'm approaching the final third. It's only a short cigar, so the thirds are quite short. This is definitely strengthened. That it's not quite chocolate, but it's a cacao. It's a drinking or a cooking chocolate kind of flavor. Has come through really quite strongly for me now. That's really lovely. I'm going to have another sip of drink though, because it is a little bit dry. Are you finding it dry? Yeah. It started out with that sweetness, and once that sweetness disappeared, it has been a little on the dry side.
Do you find it to be a medium body cigar?
Body as in nicotine or as in flavor?
Both.
So I'm not noticing any nicotine, but it is only a small cigar, so you wouldn't really expect to. I would put it in the medium flavor profile.
Yeah, definitely. It's not light. It was at the start. It was a lot lighter at the start than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's definitely got some body now. So take, for example, the lovely 10th anniversary champagne Perdomos that also come in a almost identical Vitola to this one, the 4x38. These days are too light for me. I finish one of those and I don't feel like I've had a cigar. Whereas this, even though it's only a small cigar, it's going to be, it'll be a 40, 45 minute smoke time if we really stretch it out. I feel like I've had a cigar. I've got that flavor, I've got that aroma, I've got that sense that I've enjoyed a cigar.
The only downside is it's going to finish too soon.
Well, that's a good sign though. When a cigar finishes, I just wish it had been a little bit longer.
Yes.
I mean, we all wish it was a little bit longer.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, Mr. Stew, up there for thinking. This is a masher. Okay? We just got to bring the trim fat into this, and I reckon we're going to be millionaires.
Blowing rings.
Blowing rings. Yeah.
Blowing rings, teabagging,
and trimming the fat. Yeah.
Trimming the fat.
Yeah, it's definitely not a heavy cigar. It is getting markedly bolder.
Yeah.
Even as I go sort of through.
I'm getting it's not that orange, it's more, but it's a citrusy.
There's a sharpness is coming.
There's a sharpness.
Yeah.
But it is more citrusy than vegetative.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've asked Damo to ask Nick what is his favorite cigar or cigar brand outside of Perdomo.
That's a loaded question. He's going to piss off the industry with that one.
Yeah, you got to ask those questions, right?
Yeah. Well, I told so Damo, gave his weak-assed excuse about how he's not allowed to smoke on the plane and all that stuff, and I was like, well, dude, once you're halfway across the Pacific, if you light up at that point, the nearest airport is home anyway, so they're just going to keep going, right? Like, just light up. He didn't find that convincing. So I've told him to harden up and just buy himself a private jet, and so hopefully he'll figure out how to do that in the near future. If everyone could just jump in and buy a few more cigars to help fund that, that'd be great.
Toph, what is your internet okay?
No, my internet here is struggling.
Yeah, I could tell.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
If everything goes well with my new location, I should be able to pull a whole heap of effects. So I might be able to buy some more cigars.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you could buy a private jet for us.
Oh, no. I'll buy one for me.
I want it for you. Selfish.
Buy my own first.
Yeah, so Mr. Stu, this is the thing. If you're an experienced smoker, when you go to those smaller Vitolas, that's when you really want to go looking for something that's got a bit more body. If you're a newer smoker, a smaller Vitola in a 10th anniversary champagne, in a traditional Davidoff, these sorts of smaller cigars are great. Once you get used to a bit more flavor, you want to be going for Maduros and at least naturals. Oh, bit of user error has just kicked in here.
Stu, all Maduras are good Maduras.
Yeah, that's true. It is good construction, Mr. Stu, but I lost focus for a minute and I let it go out on one side, so I'm going to have to touch that up.
Remind you that though.
Yeah,
I could feel a bit of stem through there though.
yeah. But yeah, these small cigars are actually not easy to make, and so they do a good job. There's little bits of citrus hiding in this cigar. It pops its head up and then it disappears again. I'm getting to the point where I'm having to start being quite careful how I hold it. And I've got to admit, it's getting really quite soft as well. So this could start to be a challenge.
I spiked one before because I knew it was going to get harder.
Yeah.
It was already getting soft. I'm like, easier to do it a bit earlier and not have to worry about it later.
I am gonna. All right, I think I got away with that. There we go. Sorry, Stu, I can't say I did. Oh. The only other cigar I've got with me is next month's cigar, and Damo will kill me if I smoke that early.
He will. He will.
He will. Yeah. So, David, nice to have you on the show. Very nice stick, I agree. Traditional Davidoffs are very mild and not that interesting. I do actually agree with that as well. I used to like them when I was newer into cigar smoking. But yeah, once you start exploring the richness of Maduros and other just deeper, richer flavor profiles, the traditional Davidoffs do just start to get a bit meh. And they also, I find with them is there's not a lot of journey. There's not a lot of change. They are what they are, and if you love what they are, then good for you. But if you want something that's a bit more challenging, a bit more interesting, where you're looking for, hey, what was that? What am I tasting now? Davidoffs are a bit too monotone for that.
Monotone. That's a word.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good flavor profile now. There's a little bit of tartness has come in. A little bit of, you know how sometimes your top of your tongue will just tighten slightly, like you've just had a drop of lemon juice or something, just that little bit of tartness coming in, which I quite like. I find that makes it interesting.
I'm going to get like one maybe before this disappears.
Well, Tony, we are going to have to get you a new one. We have them to spare. So in your next order, just let us know that you'd like a Cigar Professor lighter, and we'll make sure you get one. Can I say how good a job did Damo do tracking these down? These are brilliant little lighters.
Yeah,
and, serving great little lighters. And so next time you order, Tony, let us know. Just remind us because we won't remember, but we'll definitely send you out a replacement. And that sucks. I lost a really good pen. My brother bought me a pressurized pen. It was something that NASA had developed for astronauts to use.
They right upside down.
Yeah.
On Seinfeld.
Yeah. Well, whereas in the Russians just used pencils, but the Americans, they went, hey, we're going to spend a fortune developing a pressurized pen, which is what they did. And my brother, who lives in America, he bought me one that was in the shape of a bullet, and so the lid was actually the shell casing. And it was sized correctly that it slid in there. And when it was all in there, it looked like a blunt-nosed bullet, and you'd pull it out and it was a pen. And I didn't think about it. I had that in my bag, and they took it off me at Melbourne Airport, and I didn't have time to I was traveling international, and I did not have time to go and even post it to myself or anything. I was really, really pissed. That was a loss. And I was debating with them. I'm like, guys, it's a pen. You can see that it's a pen. They're like, yeah, but it looks like a bullet, and therefore it's a security risk. I'm like, do I have anything that looks like a gun? Do I have anything that looks like I could put this into it and make it dangerous? And like, doesn't matter. We're taking it off you. Arr! Anyway.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was not happy.
Flint.
New Flint. How much have you been using your lighter? Goodness.
Oh, I did buy out half the stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Stephen, good to have you in the show. Yes, stupid Melbourne. But unfortunately, I don't think it's unique to Melbourne, though. It's just this whole excessive safetyist culture that we've got. And Tony, I was in exactly the same boat. They would have accepted it if I'd packed it in my suitcase. That was exactly the same with me. And it was just sitting in one of the side pockets of my carry-on. And that was that. I'm still hurting from that one.
It would be. Can you buy them online?
Probably. But these days, would they get through customs?
I think Amazon's and all that, they can ship everything these days.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah. You can ship lighters.
I'd be curious to see what Damo comes back with, because if he's visiting some of these factories and stuff, he might have got some goodies along the way.
Yeah, you never know. Fingers crossed.
I'm right down to the absolute lip burning, and this is still good to smoke though. Flavor wise,
it was good right down to it. And it fell off.
Yeah. No, flavor wise, this is lovely, and it's doing exactly what we thought it would do, which is we're all sitting here going, "I wish this was longer."
When Damo's back tomorrow, we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, he's in the air right now.
Yeah.
He does not have Wi-Fi on this flight, but he did tell me that he got another upgrade to first class.
Yeah, he has.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he's just bullshitting and trying to make us jealous, but he's actually getting this many upgrades to first class. I want to know his secret.
Well, he's got millions of points, so that's one secret there.
Yeah, I guess if they go looking for someone to upgrade, they're gonna look at someone that flies as much as he does.
Yeah.
Well, this the perfect draw has paid for itself today.
It's a good purchase, that one.
Oh yeah, that's too hot. I'm going to burn myself if I try and do that again. Oh wow, that was close. All right, I'm putting it down. What's that? It took us a little while to light up, but that was probably 40 minutes of smoke time, which out of a cigar that size, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Now, well, that's the kind of cigar you want, a tin or two of those just sitting in your humidor for those times when you feel like a cigar and you want to feel like you've had a cigar. You want something with flavor, but you don't have a lot of time. That's and it was effortless to smoke.
Yeah,
didn't demand attention. Beautiful. And it should suit David Leinhelm down to the ground because being the Vitola that it is, it doesn't have much kick to it. It's not gonna get you with any nicotine. So it's a good little compromise.
Yep.
Well, Omar, once again, another episode of the Cigar Professor, and you've showed up, Mr. Reliable. Not always on time, but Mr. Reliable, always here. Always here. Tell you what, it's a remarkable record you've got there, Omar. It's a remarkable record. And considering how much shit we give you, I'm amazed you've actually tolerated us for this long.
Thank you. I love, needless to say, I love cigars.
Sorry?
Yeah. I said, when you love cigars and you love good company, it's not hard, is it?
Well, when you love cigars, that makes sense. The good company thing, that doesn't make any sense at all. But,
no, it doesn't.
You're right. You're a little bit of a masochist. You enjoy the pain.
Yeah. I don't know who's getting pain, but.
All right, guys. Well, it's a short show tonight because it was a small cigar. Here's a tip from Mr. Stu. If you put about $30, you can qualify for an upgrade. I got business class once. Interesting. All right, I need to find out more about that because I'm going to be doing some traveling. I've got plans to head to Japan just after Christmas for a little holiday for 5 days, and good then potentially. Sorry.
Good spot. Very good spot.
You've been there?
Yes, sir. It's good.
What do you reckon of the must? Because my wife's been there 3 times. I'm going with just her. We're leaving the kids with family. I've never been.
Are you a ski person? No person?
Sorry?
Yeah, I agree. Are you a ski person or not?
No, I'm not going there for the skiing. My wife would love to, but I'm not. That's a fast way to break legs.
Yeah. Look, if you're not going for a ski, what about air balloon and stuff? Hot air balloons and stuff.
In the middle of winter, goodness, that'll be chilly.
You
No, I want to get out and see. What I really want to see is the Japanese way of doing gardens and public spaces, and going to some of those places where they've got those trees, where they have the teams of people up in the branches every year, like manicuring these things down to the nth degree. I just want to, spend a bit of time in those places.
Do you think then winter is the time to go?
We don't have much choice. We don't have much choice. Yeah, with what I'm doing with
3 places.
All right, that'd be good. I look forward to that.
Nope.
Yeah, so we'll be gone for 5 days, just straight after Christmas. Hang on a second. I'm going to be in the air on New Year's Eve, coming back.
Oh, wow.
I hadn't thought that through.
No, you didn't.
No, and we've already booked the airfares. Now I'm going to have to buy a private plane. Hey?
What day you fly out?
We land on the 30th. Actually, no. We land just after lunch on the 31st. So if I do the show from my in-laws' place down in Hawthorne, I'll be able to be there.
31st, you can?
Let me check the date here. Excuse us while we do some admin for the Cigar Professor live on air. Yeah, the 31st is the Wednesday. Yeah, we land just after lunch on the 31st, so I'll be there.
So 31st
no
is
excuse.
fine.
Yeah. That'll be the Cigar Professor for that month. Excellent. All right, Mr. Stew, no comment. I'll let Omar read that one for himself. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been a short episode of the Cigar Professor for a small but beautiful cigar. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next month. I've got next month's cigar here. You should all have the Churchill size. Now, Damo did accidentally send out a few in the next size down. So if you haven't got the Churchill, let us know, because I think there's 2 people that we know we sent out the wrong one, but we don't know who we sent it to. So check your pack, make sure that it says that it is a Churchill on the sticker there. And then if you've got the wrong one, we'll send out the correct one to you. That was just a packing error, which happens unfortunately. But happy days. We'll see you next month for another Cigar Professor. See you then.